Hi, everyone. Super exciting week. Two big things. First, I am excited to introduce you to my coach who's going to be helping me with this challenge and my move to ultra running. And also that I ran on the course, the race course. So that is exciting. So let's do some running on the course, and then I will introduce you to Coach Meghan, the Queen. Hello, super exciting. I am on the Steam Trail, which is the turnaround point for my 50-mile race. I'm gonna do my 8-mile run here today. So I'm gonna go out on this trail for 4 miles and turn around whenever that comes. I am excited to do this run. I'm gonna get running. Okay, I have turned around and I'm definitely off the course, I believe, which is okay. So anyway, I took a different trail. It turns out it's really steep and rocky, but that's okay. It's good practice. Look at how beautiful it is up here in the redwoods. Okay, 8 miles on the Steam Trail and beyond on the race course. So that is exciting. The first time I've been on this trail, or the race course for that matter. So good. I'm excited to announce my coaching partnership with Meghan Canfield, otherwise known as the Queen. I felt like I needed a little bit of help and experience and support, mostly training for the 50-mile race, but also how to fit that into my overall challenge. So I am working with Meghan, and I'm excited to introduce her to all of you in this interview. Introducing Meghan Canfield, the Queen. What started you into running, and especially into ultras?
Okay. I started running really in my 20s because I had a child, and I had always done sports in high school, a little bit in college, and I liked being fit. I don't like to miss. I can still remember my first 20-mile run. I felt like I had conquered the world. That was just so amazing. I should go do a marathon. I've run 20 miles 3 times.
Yeah.
And so I did, and I loved it. I mean, I hurt horribly at the end, and I was injured after a while, because I started running, all the things. I did them all. But I was hooked. I'd always just kind of coached myself, like you, just like get a book, you read about it, and you go do the things. But I would, just kind of plateau or lose interest or overdo it, or, you don't get any feedback. And my times weren't getting any better. So I hired a coach. And he taught me how to run slow and easy on my easy days, and how to, run fast on your speed workout days, and how to run long, but never everything together. And so I did a lot of road running and a lot of, marathon training. But I did live where we had a lot of trails. So I did go I do my long runs out on the trails with people, and ultra running was still like, what the heck's that? And when I heard about it, I wasn't really interested. But there was one in our town in Corvallis, Oregon, and a friend of mine was the race director, and so I went out with him on the first year. We did the whole course, and I signed up for it because it was right there, and I ran it like I was running a marathon. It was awful. I went out too fast, and people expected me to win. Well, there was another woman there who was faster than me, and I was like trying to keep up with her. I made all the mistakes, and it was awful. I hated it. I'm not going to be an ultra runner. I want to just work on marathoning. In 2003, I was starting to get a little more interested in the trail running and the ultras again. I was just ready to try it again. And the next one I tried 3,000 or 4,000 feet again. It's really runnable. Part of it, bits of it are on the PCT. It's up high. You can see Mount Shasta. The wildflowers are beautiful. And I loved it. I just loved it. I had a great day. And that's when I kind of got hooked. Continued to do road marathons and ultras, but I didn't race a lot initially. I just kind of kept working into it. So yeah, actually the last time I ran a marathon though, competitively was 2012. I almost quit competitive running. Like I was going to quit when I turned 50 because I was in a lot of pain when I was 49 in my hip. And a friend of mine said, hey, I've got this really great PT. I have an appointment with her tomorrow. You can have my appointment. And just turned my life around. And she was my lifeline for years.
What is one thing that you always have to pack in your bag, or you always have to have, or you like as part of one of your race days or on your longer runs?
That's kind of a really terrible question to ask because we can say I'm a horrible planner. I'm like, I still fail to bring like enough to eat or enough to drink.
Let's talk about the tripping, because it made me so happy when you said you fall.
I know.
Because I pretty much at least fall a pretty good epic one, like once a year, but I'm always like, falling. Yeah. When I did the 50K and I fell in the race, it's hard because then you get so hyper conscious of being afraid of falling again.
Exactly.
And of course then I proceeded in falling 3 times during the race.
And she's reaching Western States for the 12th time. This is Meghan live, all hail Queen.
Yeah, there's not much that will keep me from moving forward.
This is Western States Week.
Mm-hmm.
So talk a little bit about your amazing Western States career.
So I learned about Western States by watching, it was a PBS documentary.
Yeah.
And I watched that and I thought, wow, I really want to do this race. I was upping my distance each year for, like I did a 50K the second time, and then I did a 50 miler the next year. And then the following year I did 100K. And that was what I used as my qualifier to get in the lottery for Western States. And I got in the lottery the first time. And then I was top 10 for 8 years in a row. And then the 9th year, I didn't make top 10. If you're top 10, you get an automatic spot to come back. You have to pay for everything, but you have that opportunity. 9th year, if you finish your 9th, they give you a 10th so that you can have your 1,000-mile buckle.
Oh, cool.
But the 9th year, I didn't make top 10. I think I was 12th, but I got to come back. And then my 10th year, I was top 10 again.
So one of the things about transitioning to coaching. What made you decide to do that?
I really
Or asking you and then.
actually I enjoyed being coached by my first coach. The most important thing is it's communication and that you're building a relationship, and that those are the two most important things. You know, you can't get those out of a book. You don't get feedback. You don't get to change. You can change things, but then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so off the schedule now. I don't even know what to do, and I don't know if I did this right. And just having somebody else care about your running is kind of nice.
What do you think is your like advice about transitioning to longer ultra running and trail running? What is like the main, like the one piece that you would give anybody, every runner?
To be patient.
What do you think the difference is for women, older women? And I don't really consider myself an older woman, but technically now, you know, you're in the new range, right? And and do you think it's different for women than for men?
There's, I think, two ways it's different for men and women. Women, I think, start having the effects of age later. The other difference is we also lose muscle mass, probably more into our 50s, around menopause. So strength training is super, super important. We're not going to get more mass, but we can, what we have, keep strong.
I thought you were going to say that men complain more and women are.
Well, that's, everybody knows.
And women are stronger and hardier.
This is true. This is true. And maybe smarter. Oh no, they are smarter.
So obviously I'm doing this challenge and I'm excited about it, but what is your thoughts about like the challenge and whether it's doable? And I know that we already know when my race is, but what are you thinking about that?
I'm thinking that you're kind of back on track after being a little wobbly there. So that's good. I think it's a really cool challenge because it is a lot to do the same amount a week, every week. So that's impressive. And I think, but again, when you've decided to do it, you got to do it.
Thank you so much for being my coach. I'm really super excited about it. I'm just really glad that you're my coach, and I do like just what you said, which is that somebody else cares about my running. Mm-hmm. Thank you. And thank you for being a part of my challenge. Yes. And I am excited. Yeah.